people who don't live in South Auckland that I'm principal of a school in Otara, one of two things always happens. They either quickly back away from me, fearful that I may have some highly infectious contagious disease, or they move in very close and in a very patronising manner, tell me I must be very brave, it must be a hard job, and I must see so many sad cases. No one ever says you must have the best job in the world and you must meet some amazing people. Why? Why do people make these assumptions? Of course, we are told parents in Otara are law-breaking druggies who don't care for their kids. Well, if this is your perception, be prepared. Your view is about to change. I want you to imagine for a moment a school in Otara. It is being told it is leading the way in student well-being. At this school, every day, children have healthy school lunches, freshly prepared and lovingly provided by the whānau. These lunches have everything in them: sandwiches, sushi, fruit, carrot sticks and water. Ask any child at the school what they had for breakfast and their answers will not deviate from porridge, Weet-Bix, eggs or toast. It is likely you have never heard of Yendarra School in Otara, an area well known for its crime, gangs, domestic violence, child neglect and fast food outlets. 99% of the roll is made up of Maori and Pacifica students and it has a 1A decile rating. What that means in layman's terms, on the socio-economic scale, it is the lowest of the low. Actually, in my job, I get to see the very best of parenting. Our parents may be financially poor, but they're rich in so many other areas. They're respectful of others, talented, gifted leaders with strong whānau and community connections. If there is just one thing I want you to take away from my talk this morning, it is that parents in South Auckland fiercely love their children and like all good parents anywhere, they want to be the best they can. It's been quite an odyssey for us to go from the stereotypical image that we need the government and kids' charities to feed our kids, to an extraordinary school where children are happy, healthy and thriving, and loved by both their whānau and their school. This hasn't always been the case. Once we were the stereotypical image of an Otara school, with poor attendance, poor behaviour and poor food choices. Our story began way back in 2006 with our poor attendance, behaviour and poor food choices, along with the headlines of the time that declared, Generation Fat. Our children will be the first generation not to outlive their parents due to poor food choices. We were inspired to make a change. Our story began with a very simple idea. Simply to get our children to replace sugary drinks with water. Being an outsider who had recently been welcomed into the Yendarra School whānau, I can tell you I was expecting some flack when we started the new school year as a water-only school. After all, Coke and Fanta were the drink of choice for our whānau. And expecting a parental storm, I had underestimated our parents as we received just one complaint. By replacing sugary drinks with water, our school noticed an immediate improvement in our children who were happier and settled in both the classroom and playground. In becoming water only, we had taken our first step in improving our student well-being. Little did we know then of the powerful ripple effect water only would have not only on our student well-being, but also their whānau and extended whānau. The next step in improving our student well-being, changing what our kids were eating, took a little longer to achieve. We were our parents lazy or bad parents in sending their children to school without food or with junk food? Or were they just following the expectations of the school? Mother Teresa, in her work in the world's poorest community, said, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can all do small things with great love." We see our parents every day, despite financial hardship, despite living in cramped living conditions, despite living in a caravan, do great things with great love for their children and the healthy school lunches they send their kids to school with. Our parents want their children to be the best they can, and they know that they need healthy pie to feed their brain during the day. We value our parents' voice, and we always listen with our hearts to what they have to say. When the media were on the Feed the Kids crusade, there was a tension between what the media were telling us on one hand and what we were seeing coming into school on the other hand. I wondered, did we have it wrong? Were our expectations too hard on our parents, and were we adding to any financial stress they may have been having? What did we do? We asked our parents. Our parents' responses stunned us. They were justifiably upset about how the media had portrayed them as bad parents. "I love my children and want to give them the best I can," was echoed by many. No, they did not want a kids' charity or the government feeding their children, and saw that as their primary role, and through food is how we show our love to our kids. We even had parents offering to make extra lunches for any children who were coming to school without food. The only problem was, we didn't have any children coming to school without food. Did I mention? Parents in South Auckland have big, generous hearts and look after not only their own children, but they also care for everyone else's children as well. Something unusual about our story is we took a tough love, no nonsense approach. It is not our job to feed children, it is our job to teach children. We never expected our kids' taste buds to change from craving junk food to actually enjoy eating healthy food. And we certainly never expected the ripple effect into our community. Once, at school picnics or on sports days, we would see the KFC, the fish and chips, the McDonald's with a big bottle of Coke coming into school to wash it down. Now we see the picnic hampers coming in with sandwiches, sushi, salad, fruit and water. Time for a story about Jimmy Jones. Not Israel's name, of course, but a true story. Jimmy comes to Yendarra from another school, and at lunchtime his teacher says, "What have you got for lunch today, Jimmy?" "I've got fruit, miss." "Are you sure it's fruit, Jimmy?" "Yes, miss, it says so on the box." "Well, real fruit grows on a tree, Jimmy. Did your fruit grow on a tree?" "No, miss." "Well, let's go and find out together whether your fruit is real fruit." As I said, our job is to teach children. And having a shared vision and setting high expectations with our parents, we have gone way beyond our wildest dreams. The benefits of drinking water and making good food choices has rippled way beyond our school gates. And for the facts and figures people among us, it hasn't cost us anything, and it was very simple to achieve. After all, sometimes it's just a hands up that people need. Our shared vision has built a bridge between school and home, and what we have achieved in changing our food culture, we know that together with our parents, we can achieve anything. We love our kids, and we want them to live a life full of hope and aspirations. While our parents may be financially poor, they are rich in so many ways that some of us can only dream about. We think our parents and grandparents are superstars. Changing what we drink and eat has been quite an odyssey, but together with our partners in education, our parents, we got there. Thank you.